Sag moons will view relationships as a prison and as something where like they need to convince other people to give them freedom because it wasn't so easily handed to them with some of the primary relationships in their life, which is the relationship with their mother. They just won't have the communication skills in adult relationships to say, hey, I need freedom, let me go do my thing.
Right.
They'll just kind of run, and that's why they're known as the runners.
Yeah.
But if the runner tells you, hey, I'm going for a run, you're not stressing.
Yeah.
You know? What's good, you guys? It's your girl, Sarah.
And Maya.
And we're charmed and dangerous.
You know, because we be charming, and we be dangerous, and we be charming, and we be dangerous.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Sagittarius season.
Yes.
Sagittarius actually does remind me of Joey from Friends. How you doing?
Yeah.
Like Sag men, I feel like that's how they flirt. And so do Sag women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like very like direct, like I know you want me.
Yeah. It's fun.
It is.
Come get wild.
Yeah, exactly. They know what they want, and I feel like they're really good at encouraging people to go after what they want.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and like that's one of my favorite things about Sag. So happy Sag season. Let's get into the moon sign series, and we're gonna talk all about Sagittarius.
Sagittarius moon is very outspoken, expansive, and feels lucky when in Sagittarius, okay? And Sagittarius moons are adventurous. I feel like they really thrive when they're able to consistently expand and experience new things, both physically and mentally. Like lunar Sagittarius is very optimistic, and their can-do attitude opens lots of different doors for them to potentially walk through. You know, like Sag moon also lives by their own rules, and they have no problem breaking your rules, norms, or boundaries if they feel that it's encroaching on their freedoms.
Absolutely.
I feel like they're very freedom-loving energy, and like I don't give a fuck attitude can make it challenging though for some Sag moons to settle into like normal routines.
Right.
And that makes some people feel uneasy around you because I think they see you as like a wild card.
Yeah, I mean, and especially when it comes to the moon sign, I feel like Sag, Sun, Mars, sure, but like I feel like Sag moon, like your moon sign and like moon's themes in general is all about comfort. So I feel like when it's in Sagittarius, like people can easily tell when someone doesn't feel like emotionally ready for something, and they don't feel like you can provide that space for them. I feel like Sag moons are like that, where it's like they don't really feel that comfortable with their emotions, so I feel like other people won't feel as comfortable to get into it with them when it comes to emotional topics.
Yeah.
They love to play and be. What am I saying? Okay.
I like completely stumbled through my first.
I'm here.
I'm so high.
Like we deserve an award every time we do this shit so lit. Like, I'm actually crying. I love this, but you know, this might make it in the bloopers. Channel your Capricorn rising. Okay.
Yes.
They love to play and enjoy being around people that don't take life too seriously.
Yes.
Again, it comes back to that first point of like, they don't really like to get to the nitty gritty of like their emotions and their internal world, and you know what I mean? But that's all your moon sign is.
Yeah.
So I feel like in general, they like to keep it light and playful. You know, it's Sag. And since they're ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion, growth is the most important theme for them, for Sag moons. They desire advanced education and can be quite the bookworms or reading articles, facts, whatever, due to the comfort that knowledge brings to this specific moon sign.
Yeah.
Sagittarius seeks knowledge like no other, and having all the answers in life makes them feel the most safe. So Sag moons really just want that. And the moon sign is all about safety, so it makes sense that the philosophical Sagittarius moon has a thirst for knowledge, because to them it's a shield of protection.
Yeah.
This can also really just make them the biggest know-it-alls. Sag moons, truly.
Yes.
Sag and Aquarius. And since their knowledge of life is tied heavily to their heart, Sagittarius moon, and their inner world, they don't trust people easily when it comes to making decisions. So this is why they can be know-it-alls. Like they think they truly know it all and they know how to go about life.
Yeah.
So they're not always the moon sign that's asking you for advice.
Yeah.
Or like talking about how they're feeling and what they should do, because they genuinely think that like they got it figured out, but like they don't. When it comes to matters of the heart, they need to be comfortable talking about these things with people. And I don't know if you guys know, but a lot of Sagittarius moons have been religious leaders. So again, they think that they know all about life and how to lead it and how to be and how to get everything you want. Like you just need to follow these rules. And when those rules, when those rules don't apply to other people, they get frustrated.
Yeah.
But they can be really good leaders in that way.
Yeah.
If they truly believe in their path, they'll make you feel like this is the best path.
Yes.
You know, they have that charm about them.
No, 100%. I think of Sag moons as the teachers and the preachers. Like, because in some ways they are, if you think about it, preachers and teachers are kind of one and the same.
Yeah.
Especially the way that they are like...
They're so influential.
Yes. And I feel like Sagittarius, when they're in their zone, getting to share their knowledge or share a new experience or some travel they went on, they are excellent storytellers. You know what I mean? They are very engaging, and like people get excited and inspired by what Sagittarius is like saying in that moment.
For sure.
Like, I mean, just like any fire sign, like they can really breathe life into you. You know what I mean?
No,
and
it's so true.
I feel like mutable fire especially like knows how to fit in to like see where you need to be at and be like, oh, okay, like let me help you here, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like Sagittarius is very good at that. Sag moon especially.
They are. To touch on the aspect of storytelling, because that's literally what I have written down, I truly think they are some of the best storytellers, and their enthusiasm can be felt from a mile away.
Yeah.
And when they speak from the heart, you know, and that shit is enticing. Like their friends truly feel alive when they're around them. So even if they're not there emotionally, in other ways, they can really feel like warm in the sense that they believe in you and that they can help you through all chapters of your life, because they're such spiritual people. Like spirituality is such a beautiful thing in friendship and in relationships, and I feel like this is how they show up. While they may not be emotionally available, they're really spiritual and they'll really make you believe in yourself and like believe in life. The story they're telling you will not only just make you think, but it'll also make you laugh. They are known for their tall tales and their exaggerations, which is a popular Jupiterian Sagittarius trait, but nonetheless, it's really exciting.
Yeah.
You know?
No, for sure.
So I think in that sense, they're also really lively people to be around.
I also think, you know, this goes right along with it. I feel like Sagittarius is very like generous and understanding as a friend. You know, even though like we're touching on like sometimes they don't want to get into those like complex, like sticky, ugly feelings. Like they are very understanding when you come like to them with stuff. You know, I feel like they do have a great sense of humor, like you said, and they know how to, I don't know, make light of a situation when stuff is getting maybe too hard. And I think they're very understanding as well because they're just open-minded people who embrace and like celebrate different perspectives. So when you fuck up, they're not gonna be like, oh, you fucked up. They're like, you just learned something new, you know? And I feel like that's something that's really great about Sagittarius moon energy is like, it's like I said, it's very understanding and inspiring, where it's like everything is an opportunity to learn from. It's not something where you have to get so upset and down about, you know? And that's when that optimism is really a positive thing, you know? Like sometimes it can be a negative thing for them because they don't maybe look at all the details and they like skim over stuff. But for inspiring and looking forward, it's the best energy, I feel.
Yeah. For sure. Sag moons also require a lot of freedom in their relationships. And if their mother allowed this freedom in their childhood, they are able to have healthier communication skills in their adult life. If the mother of the Sag moon, I feel like, didn't really respect their desire for freedom or tried to control them, Sag moons will view relationships as a prison and as something where like they need to convince other people to give them freedom because it wasn't so easily handed to them with some of the primary relationships in their life, which is the relationship with their mother. They just won't have the communication skills in adult relationships to say, hey, I need freedom, let me go do my thing. Right. They'll just kind of run, and that's why they're known as the runners. Yeah. But if the runner tells you, hey, I'm going for a run, you're not stressing. Yeah. You know what I It's the fact that, again, like, your mother's relationship with you, it affects how you express your moon sign.
Yes.
Not every moon sign that we talk about, like, if you're like, I'm this moon sign, I don't do that, well, what kind of relationship did you have with your mother? You know what I mean? That adds into it.
Definitely.
And for Sages, it's that they needed someone that was very much for their freedom from a young age, so they can understand that it's possible to be emotionally close to someone while maintaining freedom.
Right.
You know?
Yes, yes, and they'll run away from relationships if they don't have this. Yeah.
And they'll almost think every relationship's gonna be that. At a certain age, they'll be like, well, you know what? I'm never gonna get any That's why they're known, Sagittariuses are known for not really being the relationship type. You know, they're always running because maybe they don't know that there is someone out there that will give you that freedom. Yeah. You know, that person does exist. Just because you've had your luck with people that don't, doesn't mean nobody out there will ever give you freedom. Right. You know, and that's the message I have for Sagittarius everywhere. You can totally have an amazing, healthy relationship with someone and still maintain your freedom. It's
100%.
possible.
Another thing I have to say about Sagittarius moons is that they are very honest communicators. I feel sometimes
you don't say.
Sometimes you may even think, you know, they aren't thinking before they speak, you know, because they are so
aggressive.
Yes, and just blunt. Yeah. With their radical candor.
No, literally. It feels like they say something and like a normal person would take a couple things out to make it easily digestible for the person you're telling to. Right. So I just like add a couple more aggressive tones to it and then say it.
Right.
Because like, I need them to get it. You know what I mean? I need them to understand.
I feel like they're like,
they don't want any foul play where it's like, no, that's not what I meant. They need to make sure that you know exactly what they meant.
I know. I feel like in their mind they almost think like this is the fair, like, just thing to like tell you all the facts. So like, you know, so you know exactly, like you said, how I feel.
I just can't help but think that Sages, when they spin the truth, they think the ghost of the whole is within them. They're like, the universe made me tell you like this. Like, I have to. Like, you know what? Is that philosophical shit comes through. They're like, I am your religious leader. Would I lie to you? Truly. You're welcome. Now you will do with life what you will, but just know the message was told.
Right. Can't say I didn't tell you.
Damn. I didn't know I was with God.
Right. And then of course people can't help but feel like upset by your delivery. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So I'm saying this, also if y'all don't know, my partner has a Sagittarius moon, so I know from experience, like, sometimes they just be saying stuff like off the cuff, like wild, crazy, like blunt, like, oh my god.
No, it's so true. It's so true.
Yeah.
Like, they'll make you feel fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Like,
they will.
Do you love me?
Yeah. And they do, but that's genuinely, that's just how they communicate. But I will say, you want the raw, honest truth. Like, you are so done being lied to and for everyone to be sugarcoating shit around you. You need to find a Sag moon. Yeah. They cannot lie. Like, they cannot lie. No. Unless they're whoring around, then they're lying. But that's a different story. Yeah. I'm a storyteller. You think this was gonna be all cute and cute? No, it's not. Let's get into the negative aspects. Yeah. All right. One of the negative aspects of this moon sign is overindulgence. Yes. Sag moons will use excess as a mean to help bring their spirits back up. You know, they're like, I don't feel good. What usually makes me feel good? All right, I want double of that, triple of that. Yeah. The Jupiterian energy will expand and expand until their emotional world feels better, which can be very dangerous. You know what I mean? It can be an unhealthy coping method. And I feel like each time you overindulge, you need more than you did last time. So it becomes a toxic habit of like, just because this thing makes you feel good doesn't mean you should just do it and do it and do it until you feel numb and like, you know, happy, but like numb in other aspects. So although rules and boundaries are nightmare words for Sag, a lot of them need self-discipline in order to regulate their emotions.
Yeah.
And it's definitely a tough battle for the Saggies.
For sure.
Sag moons.
Yeah, because it's like, I want to feel free!
Yeah.
Let me do whatever I want!
No, literally. Like, you have a button there, and, like, you can just keep pushing it. It's like, happy hormones, happy hormones, happy hormones. It's like, you look like a crazy person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, I love how happy you are and excited. Yes. But what you want to do tomorrow and the next day and the next day? You can't just like live off happy emotions all the time.
For sure.
That's that fake positivity bullshit that does not exist.
Yes, yes, I 100% agree, and I
Feel
feel
the
like
bad things.
yeah,
Feel it.
because then you can get over it and then be really happy again.
Exactly.
The place that you like to be. We have to feel the sad first.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Just one does not exist without the other.
Correct.
Like you need to go through the low to get to the high again. Like that's just fact. Otherwise you're just moving in a straight line and that's not fucking exciting.
No, you don't want that.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Even if you do want it. Like life is not like that.
No,
We would
literally.
be weird robots if that was the case.
Yeah. Definitely.
You know? Shit
Yeah.
gets thrown at you and you have to have powerful emotional regulation skills to be able to find the peace no matter what is happening. You know?
I agree, and I feel like my point of one of your negative attributes is very similar. It's like two sides of the same coin. Like I feel like Sagittarius moons can be very restless, and this results in like, and this shows up in like two ways to me. I feel like one, they can be, like you said, very resistant to a type of like routine, and two, they are just jumping from one experience to another or one person to another. And I feel like it's toxic because you're living in this state of like apathy without fully understanding or slowing down to figure out what really makes you happy.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just so quickly moving on to the next thing, like trying to figure it out when you could just slow down for a minute and be like, well, what did I like? What didn't I like from this?
Yeah.
You know? I think it's important for Sag to like really ask themselves, kind of like what you're saying, like, why are you constantly seeking? And like, what does it look like and even feel like if I stop? You know, I think it's important for them to romanticize their daily life and not just be like obsessed with the person who they are like on vacation, you know, or like who you are when you're out being crazy. Like you have to like the normal mundane things too.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, that's a good point.
And it's hard because it's
Absolutely.
boring. Sagittarius
Yeah.
gets bored,
It
you
does,
know?
it does. But without the boring
to-
stuff, there is not exciting stuff. That's what you need to
Exactly.
remember. It just does not exist. That's why you love the exciting stuff, because it's such a difference from the normal stuff.
Right.
If there was only exciting stuff, you would have nothing to compare it to.
Right.
You know, does that make sense? I hope it does. You're smart. Another point that kind of ties into it is that I feel like Sag moons desperately need all the answers in life in order to feel confident enough to keep going. So that's why I feel like they enjoy having so many different interactions and they're jumping from one happy experience to the other because they think they're taking in data and they're like, you know what, the more experiences I have, the more I learn. And that's where I feel the most confident in life, is when I experience things and I take things away from it, from every situation. And if I maybe am doing the mundane things and being boring, maybe I'm not giving myself the opportunity to learn, but that's where you're fucking up, because even when you are doing the mundane things, you're learning a lot about yourself through those experiences. At their lowest vibration, when they catch themselves in the unknown or in a situation that they don't understand, that's when this moon sign can become the most insecure.
Yeah.
You know, like that's where they hold a lot of their power, is like knowing and understanding and explaining it to the people around them. But that's the thing, we're human and it's impossible to know everything, and Sag placements just need to be okay with that. Like you guys are such learners, but I feel like you pick and choose who's worthy enough to learn from, where in fact any experience can teach you a lot about you.
Right.
It might not even have to do with the other person or how mundane the task is. If you tap in the way life is happening, even when you're not doing crazy shit, it teaches you a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
The way you're handling it, what thoughts come up, you know, what emotions come up. You can
100%.
learn a lot through that as well.
Yeah. No, 100%. I want Sag moons to take their, like, you know, who you are, like, on your travel vacations and stuff, and apply that to your everyday life.
Yeah, make that shit exciting.
You know? I think you'll be a lot happier that way.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You don't have to wait to be doing something crazy for that part of you to be awakened.
Exactly. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching this episode on Sagittarius moons. If you're a Sag moon, I want to hear what you thought of this episode. Did you agree with our points? Did we miss something out? I want to know. And if you know a Sag moon, Did this sound like them?
Yeah.
Send this to them.
We need
so
to
they can
know.
learn about themselves. Okay, we're gonna link our socials somewhere around here. We love you so much. Happy Sagittarius season.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.